Hi, welcome to Growing Patterns. In the previous video, we touched on repeating patterns, and now we will learn more about growing patterns. In this series, 4 types of growing patterns will be covered, but for this video, we will be concentrating on constant difference. Before we move on, it's important to know that for solving growing patterns, we must be very systematic and draw a table to keep all the information neat and tidy, so that we can try to spot a link between the figure number and the other columns that you will be drawing later. Now on constant difference. Okay, constant difference patterns are the type of pattern whereby the difference between one figure to another doesn't change. So basically it just means the difference between each other don't change. For example, like this. What is the difference between figure 1 to figure 2? It all plus 5, right? So this is what we mean by constant difference. The difference doesn't change. So it's important for us to draw a table to list down all the information systematically. This is to help us to find a pattern so that we can try to formulate our own formula. Always try to find a relationship between the figure number and the number of units. Okay, let's look at how we can solve this question. First of all, we need to come up with a table and put in our information systematically. Then we add another column like this. This column is to help us to write down the pattern that we can see. The pattern here is plus 5 plus 5. So this one, the figure 2 is plus 1, 5. This one. The next one is plus 5 from figure 2 and add another 5. And so on. With this column here, we can see a pattern. And add on to another column like this. Because here we can get our formula. 3 plus 1, 5. So 3 plus 1 times 5. 3 plus 2, 5 here. So 3 plus 2 times 5. So what is the relationship between this row, the figure number, and this column here, the formula? Can you see the link here? What about this? So basically, this one here is the figure number minus 1. And this is important because if we know this relationship, we can find out the number of dots for any figure number. So how many dots would there be for, let's say, figure n? So if this part is n, so this one here must be n minus 1. So this is our formula, 3 plus n minus 1 times 5. So if we want to find out figure number 26, so that will be 3 plus 26 minus 1 times 5. And you simply have to key into your calculator to find the answer. So how many dots would there be for figure number 19? It will be 3 plus 19 minus 1 times 5, which is equal to 3 plus 18 times 5 equals to 93, the answer. Or we can use systematic listing. So as the name suggests, you need to be systematic. You need to have a table like this. So look at this. Plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. So be systematic, be patient, and keep on adding and adding. Okay? Make sure you use a table to keep adding 5 to the next figure. So how many dots would there be for 19? And you keep on continuing until you get the answer. And make sure you keep listing them carefully, like this. So there's some disadvantages for systematic listing. It's a little bit time consuming if you have to write everything down. Okay, and it's easy to make careless mistake. So must be very careful when you write things down or when you key into your calculator. And this is quite difficult to use if the question asks for very big numbers. For example, can you find the number of dots for figure number 125? Or a very big number for the number of dots given, and then you find the figure number. For example, which figure number will contain 493 dots? So it is still possible to get an answer, but you need a lot of space to write things down and time to keep on pressing the calculator, and you may get careless mistake along the way, so you have to be very careful. Okay, let's try out one question here. Okay, so look at this pattern here. Find the number of dots for figure 9 and find the number of dots for figure 450. So you can press pause button now and try it out. Okay, are you ready to go through the answers? So what's the pattern here? +4, +4, +4. So what should you do first? Draw a table. So first of all, the first column, figure number, then you write down the number of dots. So the pattern will be +4. So figure number will be 6 + 4. Figure 3 will be 6 + 4 + 4, and so on. So that's our pattern 1. So similar to the previous question, you can add another column for this one, pattern 2. And you find the relationship between the figure number and this one here. So what do you notice? So very similar to our previous question. This is, if this is n, this will be 6 plus n minus 1. Because you see here 5 minus 1 give you 4. 4 minus 1 give you 3. So if this is n, so this must be n minus 1. So with this information, we can find out what is figure number 9. So figure 9, so n in this case will be equals to 9. So 6 plus 9 minus 1 times 4. And the answer will be 38. Of course, you can use systematic listing to get the answer. So just continue. +4, +4, +4, and you get 38. Okay. The second question, number of dots in figure 450. So n becomes 450. So you put in 6 plus 450 minus 1 times 4, and you can get your answer 1802 very quickly. So do you think you can use systematic listing for figure 450? Quite difficult, right? Let's now try another question. This is a constant difference question you can find in on Spongebook 3.1, question 1. You can press the pause button now to try it out. Okay, try to find the formula for n and then use that to find the answer for figure number 18. Okay. Okay, shall we go through the steps now? Okay, first of all, again, put in the information correctly, systematically. And what is the pattern here? +3. So you can see that this is a constant difference. So that gives you a clue to how to solve this. So in the another column here, in this case another row, okay, you notice that I use a horizontal format for this. So it's up to you whether you want to use it horizontally or vertically for your table. So you can see that 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 plus 3, 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So you can use multiplication for the next pattern. And then you can see, try to spot what is the relationship between figure number and pattern 2. Okay, you notice here, figure number -1, figure number -1, you get this. Figure number -1, you get this. you notice that for all this, 2 and 3 remains constant. 2 and this 2, this 2, this 2 remains the same. The 3, the 3, the 3, the 3 remains the same. The only one that's changed is this. Okay, so focus on the one that is changing. So what is the formula for figure n? So since this minus 1 equals to this, so the next one we can do n minus 1. So 2 plus n minus 1 times 3. Okay, again notice that 2, no change. 3, no change. So we can use this formula to find 18, figure number 18. So in this case, n equals 18. So we just put it into the formula and then we'll get our answer, 53. Did you get the correct answer? Or we can use systematic listing, of course, since the 18 is not a very big number. So all you have to do is to be patient and you will get the correct answer. In order to use systematic listing, you must be patient and systematic. So please use a table to keep all the working neat so that you can check them for mistake. Pay attention to keep adding the same number to the previous sums. Eventually you will get the correct answer. We've come to the end of constant difference. I hope you enjoyed the video.